Okay, so linear systems with three variables. With two variables, you were able to solve with different methods such as solve by graphing, solve by substitution, solve by linear combination. But when it comes to three variables or more than three variables, there's only one way. And that's one way that I guess we're going to talk about, and that's using a graphing calculator. So hopefully you've got Graphing Calculator Pro pulled up as well. That's what I have to the right of my screen. And to my left of my screen, I'm going to talk about these equations and how I'm going to use a calculator to solve those. Okay, so here's my system right up here. I've got it in terms of, here we go, let's go with the nice little purple today. Right here, there's my three systems, three unknowns. My augmented matrix is going to be kind of like this. I'm going to have one column for each variable. So, and what I mean by each variable, I mean the coefficients of each variable. So there's a 1 in front of that x, a 2, and then a 1. So my first column is going to be 1, 2, 1. My second column is going to be -2, 1, and 3. Those are my coefficients in front of my y's in each of the three equations. And then -3, +1, and -2. And now I'm going to have a fourth column for all the answers to my equations. So -1, 6, and 13. And there's my augmented matrix. In fact, this one is a 3 by 4. And I'm always going to have one extra column with those solutions. Here is my ordered pair that ends up being my solution. So x was 2, y is 3, and z is -1. And I'll show you how you get there. So I'm going to go over to my calculator, and just above this x to the negative first power, so right up in there, there's in blue the word matrix. So I'll hit the second blue and then matrix. I need to arrow over twice to edit. I'll select 1 for matrix A, and now is where I type in my dimensions. I want a 3, okay, and then I want to go over and I want a 4. Enter. You notice my matrix takes shape, and I'm just going to go through and I'm going to type in those values. Now, chances are if you mess anything up, it's right here. You forget to put in a negative sign or you put a number in the wrong spot. I'm going to go back to the main screen. So again, above the mode, you see in blue is quit. So second mode to quit. And now I'm going to go back to that matrix menu. But this time I'm going to go over to the middle to math. And I want option number 9. It's RREF. Okay, and then on the inside of RREF, I'm going to put in a matrix. And since I'm using matrix A, I'll go back under the names. Don't go over to edit, but under names, select number 1, and matrix A should show up inside of that RREF. RREF stands for row reduced echelon form. Don't worry about what the meaning is, but just make sure you get the one with the double R's. Hit enter, and you get this matrix that's spit out, and it's 1, 0, 0, 0, 2. So that means that 1x equals 2. So x equals 2. 0x is 1y, so there's 1y equals 3, and 1z equals -1. And that's how you get your ordered pair. Okay, so 3 things I'm going to ask for right now in my matrix here is, or my work is, I want the augmented matrix. So set up your matrix with all the coefficients again. So again, I'll go 2, 1, and 5. -1, 4, and 11. And this time my 2 variable, 2 equation matrix is a 2 by 3. So I'm going to go over to matrix. Oh, excuse me, I hit the wrong button. So second matrix. I could either go over and select A and change its dimensions, or you could select B for a different matrix. So it's a 2 by 3. Okay, I'll type in the 2, the 1, 5. Again, don't forget the negative. Oh, that's way too big. I don't want that big of a number here. So let's go delete. There we go. And I believe I wanted, what, 11? Oh, come on, bugger. All right, so back to the main screen. Make sure you do all your operations in the main screen. Second matrix, over to math for your operations, number 9 for RREF, then back to second matrix and select A, hit enter, and there is your RREF matrix. So what the calculator spits out is another thing I need to see, and then I want to see that you can understand that this is saying that x equals 1, and this is saying that y equals 3. So my order pair would be 1, 3 if you want to do it that way. There are more to these that are in the video or in the notes. You can work through them, check them out. I've got a longer video that you could watch as well. But this is how to use the calculator and how to solve a matrix using row reduced echelon form.